Right, this is the preview for lesson 4 of food resources for Sec 4 Express Pure Geography. In this section, we're looking at the impact of excessive food consumption. This will be measured in terms of two different levels of impact on individuals as well as on countries. Now, for impact, we're looking at three ways of measuring it in terms of health, in terms of economic structure and well-being, and then lastly in terms of social well-being. In terms of health, it is widely taken to be true with scientific evidence that excessive consumption will lead to bad health. So one key result of excessively consuming food will be obesity. Obesity is the case where your body is piling on a lot of additional fat that is not being used away. So when you have obesity, there are a whole host of related illnesses that you are at higher risk of, including things like kidney failure, liver disease, and even hypertension. Key causes of obesity basically includes excessive consumption of salt, sugar, alcohol, processed food, and red meat. Economic impact: when you are suffering from obesity, generally your productivity will go down, and as a result of the associated diseases that come with obesity, there will be increased public health costs as well to the government. Lower productivity, basically you're talking about taking more days of medical leave due to obesity related health issues. For example, having to go for more medical checkups, falling sick more easily, having lower immunity, etc. etc. Lower productivity also leads to lower income for the individual. For those who are still engaged in school systems, more sick days means less learning days and loss of potential educational opportunities. From the government standpoint, higher public health expenditure is also a result of this obesity. Now, more public funding has to be channeled to healthcare. As a result, less of the whole pool of public funding can be channeled into things that are economically maybe more profitable, like industries or even for education. So chronic obesity related health conditions like heart disease, cardiovascular heart disease, diabetes, it requires long-term government funding and subsidies and even investment into certain infrastructure, and all this costs government money which cannot be used in other areas or other sectors as a result of this. In terms of social impact, we're looking at food wastage and dieting. Now, food wastage is when there's excess food and there's general nonchalance in the handling of food. So as a result, a lot of food is actually wasted. This is very, very common in developed countries like Singapore. If we were to think about it, when we are going to a food court near its closing hours and you look at the shelves of the food court, many times, right, or rather often, there's a lot of balanced food that's left on the shelves. And these, although some of it is consumed by the vendors themselves, a significant portion is actually thrown away as food waste. So when you think of it, there is a large amount of energy gone into the food production, and when it is thrown away instead of being sold or being consumed, it is energy that will not be recouped in any way at all. Dieting, people who are overweight may choose to go on a diet to lose weight. It basically is a practice of regulating the amount of food that one consumes or the type of food that one consumes depending on what form of a diet you are following. The main objective is to achieve and maintain an ideal weight that the individual has in mind. Often this will also include some form of physical exercise. Dieting brings individuals some benefits, and it also brings some economic benefits. From an economic point of view, the dieting industry is a key contributor to many countries' economies. In 2012, in America, the weight loss industry was valued at $20 billion. This is a result that ranges from things from publications to medication to even medical procedures like operations. So it is a major employer in America. However, it is important to note that this fascination with dieting that's very prevalent in the developed world and even in the developing world amongst men and women now alike, it has diet-related issues that may result. For example, iron deficiency anemia, things like depression due to lack of certain minerals or certain vitamins, and etc. etc. So it is not a win-win situation. There are people who suffer as a result of their dieting process. As you can see from these three pictures here, dieting is prevalent in Western culture, as well as the influence on Asian cultures in the past 20-25 years has been very significant as well. So you can see from the bottom right hand corner, in the 1940s, it is already starting, and you can see it now in some of the advertisements that we see. For example, Taylor Swift, who used to be the spokesperson for Diet Coke, sugar replacement Coke. Okay. So in review, you need to consider what are the areas of impact that excessive food consumption will cause, and how does this kind of excessive food consumption lead to issues like health issues, how does it impact the economy, and how does it impact society at large. Okay. Thank you.